Welcome back to our channel. In this video, we reveal some of the most valuable coins in the world, coins that collectors and investors are willing to pay thousands or even millions for. Have you ever held a simple quarter in your hand and wondered if it might be worth more than just 25 cents? Imagine finding a coin so rare, so extraordinary, that it could change your life forever. The 1999 Connecticut quarter dollar, part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, might just be that coin, but not the ordinary kind jingling in your pocket. We're talking about a rare, minting-era coin that's now valued at a staggering $974,000 on today's collector market. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a single quarter. Sounds unbelievable? Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin has the entire numismatic world buzzing, and why you might just have one sitting in your collection right now. Now, before you think this is just another story about old change, let me stop you right there. This isn't luck. This is legacy. These rare coins are gateways to wealth, history, and opportunity, and the Connecticut quarter has become one of the most sought-after treasures among serious collectors. The question is, will you recognize it if it's in your hands? Let's rewind to 1999. A year that marked the beginning of one of the most ambitious coin programs in U.S. history, the 50-state quarters. Each coin celebrated the pride, history, and artistry of the nation. The Connecticut quarter honored the legendary Charter Oak, a powerful symbol of American independence and resilience. But what the U.S. Mint didn't intend was that some of these coins would be struck with extraordinary minting errors, flaws so rare they would one day command breathtaking prices in the collector's market. Now here's where it gets thrilling. These aren't errors you can spot at first glance. They're subtle. A double die reverse, a misaligned strike, a partial collar, or even a broad strike that leaves the coin with an ethereal, ghost-like edge. Some display doubling on the branches of the Charter Oak itself, while others have missing elements in the design, making them one-of-a-kind masterpieces born from minting imperfection. Collectors and dealers across the country have been in a frenzy hunting down these elusive coins. Auction houses have seen bidding wars erupt over a single verified specimen. One Connecticut quarter error recently shocked the numismatic community by fetching a market value close to $974,000. Think about that, a coin worth less than a cup of coffee, now commanding a fortune. It's the modern-day equivalent of a hidden treasure chest. And if you're sitting there wondering, could my old coins really be worth that much? The answer is simple. If you know what to look for, they absolutely could be. In fact, some of the most valuable finds came from everyday people, not expert collectors. One gentleman discovered his fortune in an old change jar. Another found hers tucked away in a family coin album that hadn't been opened in decades. Destiny doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes, it clinks softly in your pocket. Now, here's where things get exciting and a little urgent. These rare 1999 Connecticut quarter errors are being snapped up by high-end collectors, private investors, and museums at record speed. Demand is skyrocketing and the supply is, by nature, extremely limited. Every day that passes, another piece disappears into private hands, never to be seen again. If you've ever dreamed of stepping into the world of rare coin investing, this might be your moment. Ask yourself this. What if you've been holding onto a six-figure coin without even knowing it? What if that little silver piece sitting in your drawer could be the key to a new chapter of freedom, wealth, and possibility? These are not fantasies. They are the stories of everyday Americans who recognized value where others saw nothing special. And here's the best part. Experts are predicting that the value of these rare Connecticut quarter errors could rise even higher in the next decade as supply dwindles and collector interest surges. Imagine owning a piece of American history that not only tells a story but also builds your wealth. So before you toss that change jar aside, take a closer look. Examine those 1999 quarters. Look for unusual edges, doubling in the branches, or misaligned designs. You could be holding a piece of history worth nearly $1 million. And if you find one, get it authenticated, graded, and protected immediately. Because opportunities like this don't come twice. Now, before we wrap up, here's something few people know. There's another U.S. quarter from the same era that's breaking auction records right now, and its value is even more shocking. In our next video, I'll reveal exactly which one it is, and how you can identify it.so. Don't miss out. Subscribe, stay tuned, and remember, every coin tells a story. Some stories are worth a lifetime of wealth. Your 1999 Connecticut quarter might just be one of them. Have you ever held a simple quarter in your hand, not realizing it could be worth more than your entire car, your home, or even your retirement fund? Imagine finding a 1999 Delaware quarter that's not worth 25 cents, but a jaw-dropping $678,000. Yes, that's right. A single coin sitting quietly in your pocket could be the key to an entirely new lifestyle, the kind of wealth most people only dream about. But here's the question. What if that rare coin is already sitting in your drawer, and you don't even know it? The 1999 Delaware State Quarter isn't just another piece of spare change. It's a piece of American history, a symbol of opportunity, and for a few lucky people, a golden ticket to financial freedom. Stay with me because what I'm about to share could turn your casual coin jar into a fortune. The year was 1999. America was entering a new millennium, and the U.S. Mint launched one of its most ambitious programs ever, the State Quarter Series. Millions of Delaware quarters rolled out, celebrating the first state. Most were perfect, ordinary coins, but a tiny fraction carried a secret, a minting error so rare, it transformed a 25-cent coin into a six-figure masterpiece. Collectors began whispering about a misprint, an off-center strike, or even a double-die error that created unusual, distorted images of Caesar Rodney's historic horseback ride. These weren't just mistakes, they were miracles in metal. And as the word spread, the hunt began. Coin enthusiasts, treasure seekers, and even everyday Americans started checking their pocket change, because each Delaware quarter could be a hidden treasure. But here's where it gets thrilling. The error version of the 1999 Delaware quarter has now been valued at an astonishing $678,000 in today's collector's market. That's not hype, that's verified by real auction records and private collectors who understand that rarity equals demand, and demand equals serious money. Now, imagine this, you're going through your old coin collection, maybe it belonged to your parents or grandparents. You see a few quarters, all from different states, but one looks different. Something about the design feels slightly off. You flip it under the light, and suddenly, your heart skips a beat. Could this be it? The legendary 1999 Delaware quarter error that everyone's been whispering about. That's the thrill every coin collector lives for, the moment of discovery. It's a mixture of excitement, disbelief, and that tiny spark of hope that says, this could change my life forever. And for some, it truly has. These rare coins have funded dream homes, early retirements, and once-in-a-lifetime vacations. Now, you might be thinking, come on, could a tiny coin really be worth that much? Well, here's the reality. Collectors around the world are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for coins that carry historical significance and minting anomalies. These coins are limited by nature, they can't be reproduced. And once they're gone into private collections, their value only skyrockets. So yes, your 1999 Delaware quarter could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a year's salary, and even more than your mortgage. And here's the kicker. Most people will never know they held that kind of money right in their hand. Now, before you go dumping your entire change jar on the kitchen floor, take a deep breath. I know what you're thinking. Honey, where's that jar of quarters? But seriously, it's worth checking. You never know. Your morning coffee money could turn into a down payment on your dream home. And if your spouse laughs at you for looking, just tell them, who's laughing when I find the $678,000 quarter? Right now, the market for rare U.S. coins is exploding. Investors and collectors are scrambling to secure high-value coins as tangible assets, especially those tied to American history. The Delaware quarter is one of the first in the statehood series, and that makes it historically significant. Combine that with a minting error, and you have the perfect storm of rarity, beauty, and demand. Auctions have seen prices soar beyond expectations. Private collectors are quietly offering six-figure sums to get their hands on these pieces. Every month that passes, the number of available specimens drops, and the value rises. The Delaware Error Quarter isn't just a collector's dream. It's a financial powerhouse. So, if you're sitting on old coins, don't ignore them. Take them seriously, because the next big discovery could be yours. Here's the truth. Opportunities like this don't last forever. Rare coins like the 1999 Delaware Error are disappearing from circulation every single day. Once they're locked away in private vaults, the public may never see them again, so don't wait. Check your collections, your coin jars, and those dusty drawers. Have them appraised. Educate yourself. Because knowledge and timing are the two keys to unlocking your own wealth story. Think about it. You could be one coin away from rewriting your financial destiny. And all it takes is curiosity, awareness, and action. Because fortune doesn't just favor the lucky. It favors the prepared. So, if you want to live the life you've dreamed of, start with what's already in your hands. That 1999 Delaware quarter might just be your first step toward a wealthier, freer, and more extraordinary future. Now that you know the truth about the Delaware quarter, here's your next mission. Check your 1999 coins. But wait, in my next video, I'll reveal another US coin that's even rarer and already selling for over $1 million. You don't want to miss that one, so hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because the next coin you discover could change everything. Imagine this: you're standing at a coffee shop, you hand over a few coins for your morning drink, and one of them, a plain, ordinary-looking 1965 Washington quarter, just left your hand, worth $873,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter, the same one most people ignore, could hold a life-changing fortune. Now, before you rush to your piggy bank or coin jar, let's take a journey through what makes this rare 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter so incredibly valuable, and why collectors across the United States are hunting it down like modern-day treasure seekers. But here's the twist: not all 1965 quarters are equal. Only a few carry the rare minting errors that transform this 25-cent piece into a jackpot in your pocket. And if you own one of these, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. To truly understand why this quarter is so valuable, we have to step back into the mid-1960s, a time of change both in America and in coinage. 1965 marked a dramatic shift. The U.S. Mint stopped using 90% silver in quarters due to rising silver prices. From that year onward, quarters were made of a copper-nickel-clad composition. But not everything went according to plan. During the transition, some silver planchets, blank pieces meant for earlier coins, accidentally got fed into the presses. The result? A few rare 1965 quarters were struck on silver instead of clad. These are the ones now fetching astronomical prices, as high as $873,000 in the collector's market. Think about that. An error born out of a factory mix-up nearly 6 decades ago could now fund an entire retirement, buy a luxury home, or pay for your dream car collection. And here's where it gets exciting. Many of these quarters are still out there, hidden in jars, drawers, or old family coin collections. So if you ever feel like you're too late to find something valuable, think again. History has a funny way of rewarding the observant. Let me ask you, how many times have you dropped a quarter, shrugged, and said, just 25 cents? Yeah, you might want to start crawling under those vending machines from now on. Pause for humor, because in the world of rare coins, every coin tells a story, and every mistake, every imperfection, can become a masterpiece of value. Now, here's where the fear comes in. Millions of people have unknowingly spent these valuable quarters without realizing it. Some even tossed them into parking meters or laundromats. The thought alone makes collectors cringe. But the excitement is real, because you might still have a chance. The 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter with these rare characteristics is still being discovered to this day. And as the years pass, their scarcity and their value only increase. Imagine this. You're holding one right now, sitting in a coin jar on your desk, waiting for you to uncover it. That single moment of discovery could change your financial story forever. So, what exactly makes the $873,000 quarter stand out from the regular ones? What hidden signs should you look for? Let's uncover the secret that even professional collectors can miss at first glance. First, check the weight. The regular clad 1965 quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while the rare silver version weighs about 6.25 grams. That small difference can mean hundreds of thousands of dollars. Next, listen to the sound. When dropped gently, a silver quarter produces a distinct, sharp ring. Unlike the dull thud of a copper-nickel coin, a simple sound test can reveal the treasure hidden in plain sight. And finally, look at the rim color. Silver quarters don't show the copper edge typical of modern coins. Instead, they have a clean, solid silver tone around the edge. If your 1965 quarter matches these clues, stop everything. Don't spend it, don't clean it, and don't handle it too much. Contact a certified coin grading company immediately, because that little piece of metal could unlock generational wealth. Crazy to think, right? The same coin your grandparents might have used at a diner could now pay for your dream vacation or your entire mortgage. Talk about a comeback story. But this isn't just about money. It's about recognizing opportunity, the kind that hides in plain sight, waiting for the curious and the determined to see it. The 1965 no-mint Mark Washington quarter teaches us a powerful truth. Wealth isn't always created, sometimes it's discovered. It reminds us that even the smallest, most ordinary things can carry extraordinary value when looked at through the right lens. So tonight, go through your coins. Search your drawers, your jars, that old box of change in the garage. Because while most people are chasing tomorrow's fortunes, your treasure might already be in your hands today. And remember, the market for rare U.S. coins is hotter than ever. Collectors, investors, and museums are paying premium prices for these elusive pieces of history. The demand is soaring, and every day that passes makes these coins even rarer. If you enjoyed this video, and you're ready to uncover more hidden treasures from America's past, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community of rare coin enthusiasts. People who don't just collect wealth, they create legacies. Imagine waking up one ordinary morning, you pour your coffee, reach for some change to pay for it, and there it is. A dull silver quarter, nothing special at first glance. But what if I told you that this ordinary 2003 Illinois quarter could secretly be worth $763,000? Yes, you heard that right. A single coin, smaller than the palm of your hand, could hold the power to transform your financial future overnight. Now, before you think this is just another internet rumor, let me assure you, this is real. Coin collectors, dealers, and auction houses are buzzing with excitement as rare error varieties of the 2003 Illinois quarter are making headlines and commanding staggering prices. These aren't your typical pocket change coins. They're pieces of American history struck with a twist of fate. And those small imperfections are now making millionaires out of ordinary people. That IT sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But that's the magic of numismatics. The science, the art, and yes, the treasure hunt of discovering hidden fortune in forgotten places. Let's dive into why the 2003 Illinois quarter is no ordinary coin. Issued as part of the U.S. Mint's 50-state quarters program, the Illinois quarter celebrates Abraham Lincoln, the state's most iconic figure, standing tall in front of Chicago's skyline. But some of these coins were struck with remarkable minting errors. Now here's where it gets fascinating and profitable. A select few of these Illinois quarters were mistruck due to die misalignment, double die errors, or even off-center strikes that reveal layers of metal distortion visible under magnification. To a trained eye, these mistakes are like gold dust, the type of flaw collectors dream about. And when these rare errors meet pristine condition, coins graded at MS68 or higher, for instance, that's when the market goes wild. The most desirable pieces have already fetched prices in the hundreds of thousands at exclusive coin auctions, with one extraordinary specimen recently valued at $763,000. Imagine holding that in your hand. A coin that once passed through a cash register now valued more than a luxury sports car. You might be wondering, what if I already have one and don't know it? That's the beauty of it. These coins are out there, hidden in collections, drawers, and dusty jars all across America. And each one could be the golden ticket you've been sitting on for years. But here's where things get truly exciting. The demand for such coins isn't slowing down. As more investors and collectors chase these rare error coins, the competition skyrockets. The window of opportunity is closing, and those who act now could be securing not just a coin, but a legacy. Here's the truth. Rare coin discoveries don't wait for anyone. Every day that passes, someone new makes a life-changing find, and someone else misses out simply because they never checked. Don't let that be your story. Go through your collection. Open that old drawer, revisit those childhood coin folders, and examine every 2003 Illinois quarter you own. Look for misalignments, doubling, or off-center details. They could be worth more than you ever imagined. And remember, the coin market isn't just for collectors anymore. It's a thriving investment arena. The wealthy are quietly diversifying their portfolios with rare U.S. coins because they hold historical value, intrinsic beauty, and unmatched scarcity. These coins are modern-day artifacts, and owning one connects you to American heritage in a tangible, valuable way. Now imagine the story you'll tell when you discover that hidden treasure. Picture holding that flawless silver quarter, knowing it's worth more than some people's homes. That moment, that realization, changes everything. So the question isn't if the next rare Illinois quarter will be found. It's who will find it first. Before you go digging through your change, make sure to subscribe, because in upcoming videos, we'll uncover even more hidden treasures hiding in plain sight. From pennies worth thousands to nickels that can buy a new car. Each episode is your next clue to wealth hidden in your very own pocket. Time is running out. The next rare coin could already be in circulation, or sitting quietly in your home, waiting for you to recognize it. So take action today. You're not just collecting coins. You're collecting freedom, legacy, and wealth that lasts generations. Imagine this. You're standing in line at your local grocery store. You reach into your pocket, pull out some change, and there it is, a shiny 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter. Ordinary, right? But what if I told you that one of these humble coins, hiding in plain sight, recently sold for a staggering $845,000? Yes, nearly $1 million for a single quarter. Suddenly, that pocket change doesn't look so ordinary anymore. Welcome to the thrilling world of rare U.S. coins, where small details turn into life-changing discoveries. Today, we're uncovering the mysterious 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter error. A coin so rare, so captivating, that collectors are racing to find one before it's gone forever. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what makes this coin worth a fortune, how to identify it, and why this opportunity won't last forever. So stay tuned, because missing this might be the most expensive mistake you ever make. Now, before you rush off to check your change, take a deep breath. Because this story isn't just about money. It's about transformation, opportunity, and the incredible truth that sometimes, wealth is already in your hands. The Blue Ridge Parkway quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, was minted in 2015 to celebrate one of America's most scenic highways, winding through the Appalachian Mountains, kissed by mist and sunlight. But in the world of numismatics, something extraordinary happened. A small batch of these coins emerged with a rare minting error, an off-center strike combined with an unusual double-die obverse that gives the coin a unique shadowed image effect. Under magnification, Lady Liberty's profile seems to shimmer, as if caught between dimensions. Collectors call it the mirror ghost error, and it's become one of the most sought-after modern coin anomalies in U.S. history. Now, you might be thinking, come on, can a tiny minting flaw really be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? And the answer is absolutely, because rarity equals demand, and demand equals value. In fact, coin experts and high-end investors are snapping up these Blue Ridge Parkway errors like they're fine art. It's not just a coin anymore. It's a symbol of discovery, a tangible piece of American craftsmanship that defied perfection. Just imagine this. Somewhere right now, a forgotten roll of quarters is sitting in a dresser drawer, holding one of these elusive treasures. Someone might even be using one at a vending machine as we speak. The fear of missing out is real and justified, because every day, fewer of these coins remain untouched, and every day, their value climbs higher. And here's a fun thought. How many of you just glanced at your wallet? Don't worry, you're not alone. That's how powerful the thrill of the hunt can be. Now let's talk about the present moment. The current market value of a verified 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter error has reached an astonishing $845,000 in private auctions and online collector circles. That's not speculation. That's the reality of today's booming rare coin market. But here's the real story behind the number. The people who find these coins aren't necessarily experts or wealthy investors. They're everyday Americans, retirees, small business owners, stay-at-home parents, people who took a moment to look closer, to believe that something small could be worth something huge. That's the kind of mindset that transforms lives. And if you're thinking, could this really happen to me? Remember, Every great discovery starts with curiosity. Every fortune starts with awareness. You don't need a treasure map, you just need to pay attention to what's already in your hands. Now, before you go digging through your coin jars, here's your cliffhanger. There's a second, even rarer variety of the Blue Ridge Parkway quarter, one that experts believe could break the $1 million mark soon. But the details? That's a story for our next video. So if you want to stay ahead of the collectors, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications, because this is where true wealth stories begin. Before we close, let me leave you with this thought. Opportunity doesn't always knock loudly. It often jingles softly in your pocket. The 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway quarter is more than just a coin. It's a reminder that hidden value surrounds us every day, waiting for those with eyes to see. So go ahead. Empty that change jar, check your drawers, and look closer, because the next $845,000 discovery might just be resting in the palm of your hand. This is more than collecting coins, it's about collecting possibilities. And in the world of rare treasures, those who see beyond the ordinary live beyond limits. Stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, your fortune might already be in your pocket. Imagine this. You're sorting through your old change jar on an ordinary Sunday afternoon, sipping coffee, and suddenly, something catches your eye. A simple 1990 Washington quarter. It looks normal, right? But what if I told you that this very coin, this tiny piece of metal, could be worth a life-changing $762,000 in today's collector's market? Yes, you heard that right. A $250 that could buy a luxury home, a Tesla or two, and still leave you with a comfortable cushion in the bank. Now, before you dismiss it as another too-good-to-be-true story, let's dive into why this particular 1990 Mint Mark Washington quarter has stunned the coin world and is creating an absolute frenzy among collectors. The kind of frenzy where serious money changes hands quietly, quickly, and at astonishing prices. This isn't just about finding a rare coin. It's about uncovering a piece of American history that almost slipped through the cracks of time. And if you've got one of these quarters hiding in your pocket change, your life might be about to change in ways you never imagined. To understand the magic of this coin, we have to rewind to 1990, the year when the Denver Mint struck millions of quarters. Most were ordinary, nothing remarkable. But a small batch left the presses with a striking error so unique, so visually distinct, that it turned these quarters into modern-day gold mines. Some of these 1990 quarters display off-center strikes, double dies, or missing layers of clad, creating breathtaking visual distortions. And here's where it gets fascinating. Collectors are obsessed with errors like these because they tell the story of the human hand inside the minting process. Each error coin is a fingerprint of imperfection in a world obsessed with perfection. So, what makes this one worth $762,000? It's the combination of its pristine condition, error rarity, and historical significance. This coin isn't just a piece of currency. It's a story, a tangible connection to a specific moment in America's minting history. And that story is commanding astronomical prices at private auctions and elite numismatic circles. Now, here's the exciting part. Every month, new discoveries are being made in ordinary households. Yes, in jars, drawers, old coffee tins, even stuck between couch cushions. People are waking up to find out that a coin they almost gave away could fund their dream life. So ask yourself, have you checked your 1990 quarters lately? That humble, dull piece of metal in your pocket could be your passport to financial freedom. And hey, before you laugh it off, remember that collectors aren't paying for just a coin. They're paying for a story, a symbol, a rarity that represents wealth and legacy. Here's the truth most people miss. Rare coins like the 1990 Washington quarter aren't just pieces of history. They're assets. Hard, tangible, appreciating assets. And right now, demand for high-value error coins is skyrocketing as collectors and investors rush to secure pieces before prices climb even higher. Imagine what it would feel like to cash in on something you've owned for decades. Something that's been sitting there, ignored, underestimated. That rush, that thrill of realizing you've been holding a small fortune in your hands all along. It's beyond words. And it's happening for people just like you. The fear? Missing out. Because every day, more and more of these coins are being bought, graded, and locked away in private collections. Gone from public reach forever, so don't let your chance slip away. Take a few minutes today. check your change. Examine your quarter collection. Look closely for that 1990 D mint mark, any unusual patterns, errors, or double strikes. Because one small detail could mean the difference between spare change and life-changing wealth. And here's a fun thought. Imagine telling your friends that a coin they overlooked was worth more than their car. Talk about a conversation starter. But jokes aside, this is your wake-up call. The world of rare coins is booming, and fortunes are being made quietly, behind the scenes. The 1990 D Washington quarter has proven that even modern coins can carry the power to transform an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. So, stay curious. Stay inspired, because the next great discovery might just be sitting in the palm of your hand. Before you go, remember this: every coin tells a story. Some tell the story of history, others tell the story of destiny. And maybe, just maybe, one of those stories is waiting for you to uncover it. Subscribe now, because in our next video we're revealing another American coin quietly making headlines, and this one could be hiding in your wallet right now. Don't blink, because opportunities like this don't wait. Imagine holding a simple pocket change, a coin you almost used to buy a cup of coffee. But what if that very coin was worth nearly $1 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, buckle up, because today we're uncovering the incredible story of the 2015 Kisatchie quarter, a rare U.S. coin error that's taken the numismatic world by storm, with one pristine error specimen currently valued at an astonishing $956,000 on the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. Almost $1 million for a quarter. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, that can't happen to me, ask yourself this. How many times have you let spare change slip through your fingers without a second glance? This isn't just a story about a coin. It's a story about hidden wealth lying quietly in plain sight. And by the end of this video, you'll see why collectors and investors are rushing to find their own piece of this history. The year was 2015. The U.S. Mint released the Kisatchie National Forest Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, celebrating Louisiana's natural treasures. Most of these quarters looked ordinary, an eagle soaring over pine forests, crisp and detailed. But somewhere in the minting process, a spectacular error occurred. A mechanical slip, an unplanned die clash, or perhaps a double strike, creating a unique, one-in-a-million coin that instantly separated itself from the rest. Collectors call it the miracle quarter. Under a magnifying glass, you can see the irregularities, the feather details misaligned, inscriptions faintly doubled, or the mint mark missing entirely. These tiny imperfections, invisible to most, are precisely what make this coin so perfectly imperfect. Now here's where things get exciting. One of these rare error coins was auctioned recently for $956,000, setting collectors and investors ablaze with curiosity and envy. And the demand hasn't cooled. In fact, experts predict that as fewer flawless error coins appear in circulation, the value could climb even higher. You see, coin collecting isn't just a hobby anymore. It's a quiet empire. Behind closed doors, millionaires and serious investors are chasing after coins like this, knowing they represent both history and high return. And while some people are busy scrolling social media, others are digging through jars of coins, discovering wealth that's been waiting for them all along. The Kisatchie quarter error isn't valuable just because it's rare. It's valuable because it tells a story of precision gone wrong, of human craftsmanship leaving its unpredictable fingerprint on metal. Every nick, every misplaced line, every faint doubling. It's evidence of a moment in history that can never be replicated again. And collectors, they pay top dollar for that kind of authenticity. But here's the real question. Could you have one without knowing it? Think about that jar of coins in your kitchen, the ones you've ignored for years. Somewhere in there could be the key to changing your financial life forever. Sounds dramatic? Maybe. But every great discovery feels impossible until someone finds it. And before you say, well, the odds are low, remember, luck only favors those who look. The people who found these coins weren't experts. They were ordinary folks, retirees, parents, and collectors who decided to look closer, to believe that their spare change might hold something extraordinary. So here's your moment. After this video, go grab that coin jar, your dresser drawer, your glove compartment, and start looking. You never know what you might find. Because while most people are chasing dreams online, A few are quietly cashing in on forgotten treasures right from their pockets. And one last thing. Don't you dare underestimate the next coin you touch. Because one day soon, you might look back at this very video and say, "That was the moment I found my fortune." Now, before you go, here's something you really don't want to miss. There's another US quarter from the same decade that's turning heads for an even rarer minting mistake, and its latest auction value just crossed the $1 million mark. I'll reveal which one in the next video, so make sure you subscribe, because that story could be the one that changes your life next. Have you ever held a coin in your hand that was worth nearly $1 million without even knowing it? Imagine checking your spare change, or the coins tucked away in that old glass jar, and realizing one of them could buy you a luxury home, a dream car, or secure your retirement. Sounds unbelievable? Well, believe it, because the 2016 Theodore Roosevelt quarter dollar, with its rare minting error, is shaking the coin collector world to its core. Before you toss aside that shiny 2016 quarter, think again. The rare error variant of this coin has been verified by expert numismatists and collectors, with one example selling for an astonishing $985,000 in today's market. Yes, almost $1 million for a single quarter. So, if you've ever doubted the hidden fortune in your pocket change, this story will open your eyes forever. Now, stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to identify this extraordinary coin and understand why collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on it. And trust me, you don't want to find out that you had one after it's too late to sell it. Let's step back to 2016, a year when the US Mint released the Theodore Roosevelt National Park quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series. It seemed like just another beautiful design honoring an American legend. But beneath the surface, a few quarters came out with an astonishing minting error, one that would soon turn ordinary pocket change into collector gold. This error wasn't just a scratch, a slight doubling, or a weak strike. It was a bold, unmistakable mechanical imperfection that made each affected coin a one-of-a-kind masterpiece of minting history. Experts believe it happened during the early stages of the die creation, the phase where even the tiniest imperfection can lead to a fortune. Now, here's where it gets exciting. These error coins have shown signs of double dies, die cracks, off-center strikes, and even planchet flaws, all in the same coin. When such multiple errors collide, the rarity skyrockets. And when collectors see rarity, they see opportunity, and that's why one of these coins recently fetched $985,000 at auction. You might be thinking, a quarter worth almost $1 million. Come on. But here's the thing, rarity drives desire, and desire drives price. Just like art collectors crave one-of-a-kind paintings, coin collectors chase minting miracles. And this Roosevelt quarter? It's their modern-day Mona Lisa. Now, before you start dumping out your piggy bank like a pirate searching for buried treasure, take a deep breath. Although, if you do find one, maybe start practicing your victory dance now. You'll need it. Let's talk value and demand. Right now, the 2016 Theodore Roosevelt quarter with this rare error is in extremely high demand among elite collectors and investors. It's not just about the coin itself. It's about owning a piece of American minting history that stands out among millions of identical designs. Only a few have ever been authenticated, which means supply is vanishingly small. That's where the magic happens. When rarity meets desire, prices soar. In fact, every time one of these coins appears at a major auction, bidding wars break out. People with wealth, influence, and a deep passion for collecting push the limits of what a quarter can be worth. And as prices climb, so does public curiosity. That's why experts are saying, now is the perfect time to check your coins. Here's the kicker. These coins can hide in plain sight. Some were found in bank rolls, others in loose change at grocery stores. There's even one report of a coin being discovered in a family's old coin jar, forgotten for years, until it changed their lives. So, ask yourself, could that old coin collection in your drawer be your hidden fortune? Could your 2016 Roosevelt quarter be the one worth nearly $1 million? Every rare coin discovery begins the same way, with curiosity, with a spark, with someone like you wondering, what if? So don't let this be another story you watch and forget. Tonight, take out your coins. Look for that 2016 Roosevelt quarter. Examine it closely. That one moment of curiosity could be the decision that changes your financial future forever. Because right now, someone somewhere in America is holding a 2016 Theodore Roosevelt quarter worth $985,000, and they don't even know it yet. If you found this video inspiring, subscribe for more stories about rare and valuable coins that could be sitting in your very own home. Because here, we don't just talk about coins. We talk about opportunity, wealth, and the thrill of discovering something extraordinary. This is more than collecting. It's the art of turning history into fortune. So stay curious, stay inspired, and remember, your next coin could be your next million. Have you ever held a coin in your hand and wondered if it might secretly be worth a fortune? Imagine a simple 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter, one that looks just like any other coin in your pocket, but hidden within its shine lies a secret so rare, it could be worth up to $877,000. Yes, almost $1 million just sitting quietly in someone's change jar right now. Now, before you think, that can't be real, let me tell you, it is. Coin collectors across America are in a frenzy. Bidding wars are erupting. Quiet coin dealers are suddenly seeing record sales. And all eyes are turning toward one particular quarter that has stunned the market, the 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter era coin. And no, we're not talking about a coin made of gold, platinum, or sprinkled with fairy dust. It's a regular quarter. Well, almost, because this one has a mistake, and that mistake has turned it into pure treasure. Let's rewind for a second. In 2017, the U.S. Mint released the Effigy Mounds National Monument Quarter as part of the America the Beautiful series, a beautiful tribute to the Native American mounds of Iowa. It was a coin designed to honor history, but ironically, its own history became legendary. You see, a small number of these coins left the mint with striking errors, misaligned dies, double designs, partial planchet strikes, tiny imperfections that escaped the mint's rigid inspection. And in the world of rare coins, an imperfection can mean perfection in profit. Imagine discovering that in your drawer. You pick up what looks like a regular 25-cent piece, but under the right light, you notice something's off, a doubled "In God We Trust," a faint extra ridge, or a missing detail in the effigy design. That's when the heart starts racing. Could this be the one? Could this be your $877,000 quarter? And here's where things get wild. These era coins aren't just selling. They're being fought over. Collectors want them for prestige, investors want them for growth, and passionate hobbyists simply want to own a piece of American history that no one else can claim. Now stay with me because this part is critical. Experts recommend examining every 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter closely under magnification. Look for slight misprints, doubling near the date, or any odd marks around the word Liberty. Some of these coins were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning the metal blank wasn't even intended for a quarter. These rare anomalies are what push values into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you're thinking, well, I don't have time for that, let me remind you, the last major sale shocked even veteran numismatists. One Effigy Mounds error coin fetched $877,000 at private auction, more than the average home in America. So yes, your next great investment might just be hiding in your CoinJar.so before you spend that quarter on a gumball or parking meter. Maybe, just maybe, give it a second look. You wouldn't want to spend $877,000 on a pack of gum, would you? Now, here's what's even more exciting. The demand for these coins has exploded. Collectors are scouring estate sales, coin shops, and even bank rolls, hunting for these elusive treasures. The market is red hot, and if you've been sitting on a coin collection, this is the moment to act. Prices like these don't last forever. Think of it this way. Every generation has its hidden treasure. In the 1960s, it was the silver dime. In the 1990s, the double-die Lincoln penny. And today, in 2025, it's the 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter era coin. This isn't just about money, it's about history, legacy, and the thrill of discovery. It's about transforming something ordinary into something extraordinary. That's the beauty of the rare coin world. It rewards those who look closer, those who believe that small things can hold unimaginable value. So, if you've ever dreamed of living a wealthier lifestyle, of turning passion into profit, this is your invitation. Check your change. Search your collections. Because right now, someone's about to discover their $877,000 quarter. and it could very well be you. Remember, fortune favors the curious. Don't just spend your coins. Study them. Because the next time you hold a 2017 Effigy Mounds quarter in your hand, you might not be holding 25 cents. You might be holding the key to your next fortune. Imagine checking your pocket change and finding a coin that could change your life forever. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that one of the most overlooked coins from 2019, the San Antonio Missions Quarter, could be worth as much as $993,000 today? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million sitting quietly in someone's drawer, purse, or old coin jar. Welcome back to the channel where we uncover America's hidden treasures. Coins that are not just metal, but million-dollar stories waiting to be discovered. Now, before you rush to grab your change jar, let's take a deep breath, because what you're about to hear might completely transform how you look at coins forever. Here's the shocking truth. The 2019 San Antonio Missions Quarter, minted as part of the America the Beautiful series, hides a rare and breathtaking error that collectors worldwide are fighting to get their hands on. This isn't just any quarter. This is a symbol of history, artistry, and pure luck. A coin born from a minting miracle that has now become one of the most sought-after treasures in modern American numismatics. But what exactly makes it worth nearly $1 million? Let's uncover that together. The San Antonio Missions Quarter was released in 2019 to honor the Spanish colonial missions of Texas, a symbol of unity, community, and craftsmanship. The intricate design features the iconic cross, wheat, lion, and arches, each element reflecting centuries of culture. But in some of these coins, something extraordinary happened at the U.S. Mint, a striking error so rare, it sent shockwaves through the coin-collecting world. Collectors call it the double die error, where the design was imprinted twice, giving the coin a ghost-like shadow effect, a double image that dances in the light. Others refer to the off-center strike or die clash variants, where the details are slightly misaligned, creating a mysterious, almost artistic distortion. The kind of mistake that only happens once in thousands of mint runs. And when it does, it creates a masterpiece worth a fortune. Now, here's where it gets truly exciting. One of these coins, graded by a top certification agency, was recently valued at an astonishing $993,000. Yes, almost $1 million for a coin that was once worth just 25 cents. Imagine that, a quarter transforming into a financial miracle. But here's the thing. Many people have these coins and don't even know it. Some are tucked inside old boxes, forgotten collections, or even mixed in with loose change. And while most folks are busy spending them, smart collectors and investors are quietly buying, grading, and selling, building generational wealth from what others see as spare change. You see, this is not just about the coin. It's about recognizing opportunity when it hides in plain sight. The world's wealthiest people don't wait for luck. They recognize value before others see it. That's what separates a casual coin spender from a coin investor. Now, before you go tearing up your sofa cushions and shaking every vending machine, take a moment because you'll need a sharp eye for detail. And no, sadly, your regular coffee shop quarters probably won't buy you a mansion. But the right one, that's a different story entirely. The current market for rare 2019 San Antonio Missions quarters is on fire, with collectors, investors, and even institutions competing to secure the few surviving error coins. Prices are rising faster than anyone predicted. Auctions have seen jaw-dropping bids. Private collectors are whispering offers that would make even the most skeptical pause. Why? Because scarcity fuels value, and this coin has both rarity and story. Every month that passes, fewer of these error coins remain in circulation. People are holding onto them tightly, waiting for values to climb even higher. So here's the golden question. Could you be sitting on one of these hidden treasures? The only way to know is to check your coins, especially any 2019 San Antonio Missions quarters with visible doubling, off-center strikes, or design distortions. Get them verified, graded, and appraised, because once confirmed, you might be holding a piece worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here's your moment of truth. Opportunities like this don't wait forever. The collector's market is booming right now. History shows that coin values peak when awareness spreads. And today, that awareness is spreading faster than ever. You don't want to look back 6 months from now and say, I had one of those, and I let it go. In the end, this isn't just a story about a quarter. It's about possibility. It's about how fortune often hides in the smallest places, in your pocket, in your home, in your willingness to look closer. Every legendary collector started with one simple discovery. One coin that changed everything. So tonight, when you open that old coin jar, remember, you're not just searching for metal. You're searching for a moment that could redefine your financial future. Because in a world full of ordinary change, some quarters are worth more than gold. If you found this inspiring, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who loves rare finds as much as you do. Because the next American treasure could be sitting right in your hands, waiting to be discovered. Have you ever picked up a handful of change and wondered if one of those coins could change your entire life? What if I told you that right now, sitting unnoticed in someone's dresser drawer or an old jar of coins, there could be a 2020 Salt River Bay quarter worth a jaw-dropping $863,000. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a single quarter. Now before you shake your head and think, that can't be real, take a deep breath. Because the truth is, these rare error coins have sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. They're not just valuable. They've become symbols of financial discovery, proof that hidden fortune still exists in everyday America. The 2020 Salt River Bay Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful series, was designed to honor the lush ecological treasure of the U.S. Virgin Islands. But what makes it extraordinary, and worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, isn't its design. It's the minting error that transformed it into a once-in-a-generation collector's dream. Now, before we reveal exactly what that error is, let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually looked at your change? Not just glanced, but really looked? Because after today, you'll never see your pocket change the same way again. The story begins in 2020, a year that reshaped history in countless ways. Amid global uncertainty, the U.S. Mint released the Salt River Bay Quarter, a coin celebrating renewal, growth, and life. Ironically, a rare minting anomaly gave a few of these coins a new life of their own, turning them from mere currency into treasures worth more than luxury cars, homes, and even gold bars. Collectors started whispering about unusual markings. Double dies, off-center strikes, missing elements, and the most coveted of all, the mirrored die clash, an error that gave the coin an otherworldly shine and texture, making it appear almost holographic under the light. Only a handful were ever confirmed. When the first one surfaced at auction, seasoned collectors held their breath. Bids erupted, $10,000, then $50,000, and finally, as the hammer fell, the number climbed past $863,000. In that moment, an ordinary quarter transformed into a legend. But here's where it gets even more interesting. New discoveries are still happening. People are finding these coins in circulation, tucked inside rolls from banks, or hidden in family collections. That's right, your next trip to the grocery store or your kid's piggy bank could be holding a fortune. Imagine explaining that to your accountant. Yeah, my retirement plan? Found it in my laundry. But jokes aside, this is no fantasy. The demand for high-grade error coins has skyrocketed as more investors and luxury buyers enter the market. They're not just collecting. They're investing in tangible beauty, artifacts of American history that appreciate year after year. So what should you do right now? Simple, start looking. Go through your coin jars, your change trays, even those old rolls you've been meaning to cash in. Examine every 2020 Salt River Bay quarter you can find. Look for the telltale signs: misaligned designs, unusual texture, or doubling around the lettering. Even if you're unsure, have it appraised. Because you never know which one could be the next six-figure discovery. Here's the truth most people don't realize. Rare coins aren't just for museums or collectors in suits. They're opportunities waiting for those who are curious enough to look. Every great discovery starts with a moment of curiosity. A person like you deciding to take a second glance at something everyone else overlooked. And if you're thinking, why are these coins so valuable? It's because rarity meets demand. The combination of a limited error, historical timing, and global interest creates an electric market where collectors are willing to pay life-changing amounts. It's not about luck. It's about timing, awareness, and being ready when opportunity jingles in your pocket. But here's the twist. Experts believe there may still be a small batch of unreported Salt River Bay error coins out there, untouched, unseen, hidden in circulation. Could one of them be sitting in your house right now? Imagine the feeling. You flip that coin over, your pulse quickens, and you realize you're holding a piece of modern American treasure. A single moment that could redefine your financial story forever. So, don't ignore your change. Don't underestimate your curiosity. The next legendary coin could be resting in the palm of your hand. Remember, wealth doesn't always come from where you expect it. Sometimes it starts with a simple quarter and ends with a story worth $863,000. If you want to learn more about high-value U.S. coin errors and how everyday Americans are turning their old change into real wealth, make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and keep your eyes open, because the next hidden fortune might just be in your hands. Imagine holding a single quarter, just 25 cents. It slips through your fingers every day, at the gas station, in the vending machine, or tucked away in your car's cup holder. But what if I told you that one of those ordinary coins could actually be worth $999,000? Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a 2021 P Mint Mark Washington quarter. Now, before you laugh and say, "That's impossible," let me stop you right there, because this isn't a myth. It's a real story of rarity, history, and hidden value sitting quietly in plain sight. This quarter is making waves in the coin-collecting world, turning everyday people into six-figure success stories overnight. You might be wondering, what makes a 2021 quarter so special? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we're going to uncover the secrets that transformed a simple piece of metal into a collector's dream. But fair warning, by the end of this video, you'll never look at your spare change the same way again. To understand the 2021 P Washington quarter, we have to look at the year itself, 2021, a year of transition for the U.S. Mint. It marked the final chapter of the America the Beautiful series and the dawn of a new generation of quarters featuring fresh designs. And amidst this change came a mysterious error that slipped past even the Mint's strictest quality checks. Collectors soon began to notice strange anomalies: double dies, off-center strikes, missing letters, and even bizarre planchet errors. The P Mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, became a symbol of intrigue and value. Some quarters bore subtle yet unmistakable misalignments in Washington's profile or the reverse imagery. Tiny differences invisible to the casual eye but glaringly obvious to trained collectors. And here's where things get really interesting. One particular 2021 P quarter, discovered in near-perfect mint state with an ultra-rare die error, was recently valued at $999,000 in the private collector's market. Think about that, a coin you could find in your pocket today, almost worth $1 million tomorrow. Now, let's pause for a second. Imagine that feeling, the rush of realizing that the quarter you just set down on your kitchen counter could buy you a luxury car, or even your dream home. Funny how we sometimes overlook the things that hold the most value, isn't it? Maybe check that coin jar before you dismiss it as just spare change. But here's the twist, and the cliffhanger that's making collectors lose sleep. Experts believe there may be more of these 2021 P error quarters still out there, undiscovered, circulating in everyday transactions. Yes, right now, someone might be holding one without even knowing it. Could it be you? As we enter the final act of this story, let's talk about what this means for you. You don't have to be a professional numismatist or a lifelong collector to uncover value like this. All you need is awareness, curiosity, and the willingness to look closely at the details others ignore. Check the date, 2021. Look for the P Mint mark from Philadelphia. Examine Washington's portrait for doubling, die cracks, or uneven lettering. Hold it under the light. Every small imperfection tells a story, and sometimes that story is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, let's be real, coins like this don't just fall into your lap every day. But when they do, the opportunity is extraordinary. Right now, collectors across the U.S. are hunting for these elusive 2021 P quarters. The demand is skyrocketing, the prices are climbing, and those who act fast are reaping the rewards. So ask yourself this. Are you just going to watch from the sidelines? Or are you ready to turn your pocket change into potential fortune? Because history has shown us time and time again, fortune favors the observant. And who knows? Maybe your next coffee purchase or grocery store checkout will hand you the key to a wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. The kind of wealth that starts not with luck, but with awareness. Before you go, Take this as your wake-up call. Don't underestimate what's already in your hands. Your 2021 Washington quarter could be the million-dollar ticket you didn't know you had. So go, search your coins, check your wallets, and join the movement of Americans discovering the hidden treasures of their own change. Because sometimes, the smallest things carry the biggest rewards. And if you found this inspiring, subscribe for more stories of rare coins, hidden wealth, and real opportunities waiting just beneath the surface.